Hi everyone, welcome to Make a Directory class. In this class, we are going to learn how to make a directory using the mkdir command. The mkdir command is used to create new directories on the command line. And remember that a directory is same as folder in computer science. Here we have a diagram of different directories. We have the desktop, we have countries, we have Japan, we have cities, and we have Tokyo. And what we are going to do next is use the command line to create similar directories. Okay, let's get started. On the Mac, open terminal. For that, click on the command button, space, type terminal, and then enter. Here we are. As you can see at the moment, in the desktop we have 4 folders. We have the computer science, we have programming, Python, and a 4th folder or directory called files. And let's use the pwd command to see in what directory we are at the moment. pwd, let's type that, enter, and it tells us that we are in the users.x directory. Let's change to the desktop directory. For that we type cd space type des and then tab. You should fill up the remaining, enter, and that should take us to the desktop. Let's double check that we are in desktop. pwd desktop, as you can see, fantastic, we are in the desktop folder. I want to create a 5th folder in the desktop, and I want to call it programming. There are 2 ways of doing it. We can do it graphically using so we can right mouse click, new folder, and create a new folder called computing. That's one way of doing it. I will move to its bin, but what I'm going to show you is how can we do that using just the command line. For that, we type mkdir space computing and then enter. And as we can see, we have a new directory in the desktop, computing. And I want to create another directory inside of the computing directory, and I want to call it Python. For that, we type again mkdir space computing slash, and I want to call it programming. Yes, let's call it programming. mkdir computing slash programming, and I'm going to press enter, and let's double check. So we should have a new directory called programming inside of the computing directory. Let's double check, and there it is, computing programming. And let's create a 3rd directory using the mkdir command, and this time let's call the directory Python. mkdir computing slash programming and Python, enter, and let's double check. So we have computing, then we have programming. Inside programming we should have Python, the new folder, and there it is, the new directory. Yes, so that's one way of creating the directories using the mkdir commands. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move this to the bin. So let's say instead of having typed this 3 times, you can do all of this and even more in one single line of code. For that, we type mkdir dash p, and then we type the directories that we want. So first one is called computing, second one is called programming, third one was Python, and let's create another one called project, and a last one called quiz. Let me expand this, make it bigger. Yes, so we are using the mkdir command. Then we have -p. The -p makes an entire new directory, and then we have first directory. We should have first directory called computing, second one called programming, a third one called Python, yes, fourth one called project, and a fifth one called quiz. Now I'm going to press enter, and we should see a new folder in the desktop. And there it is, computing. Let's check and make sure that all of the folders have been created. So we have computing, inside computing we have programming, and then inside programming we have Python, inside Python we have project, and inside project we should have quiz, and we have quiz. Fantastic, there it is. Yes, so this is how we create directories by using the mkdir command. I hope you did find this useful, and see you in the next class. Thank you. Bye bye.